Let me start with what analytics engineering is for better clarity. So um, as a data analyst, they usually have to deal with deriving insights from data. So data analysts are given a set of data, a data set or something like that, and then they try to figure out what's going on inside this data. So in the case of maybe you're given a healthcare data to analyze, you try and figure out what's going on, what's happened, all those kind of prescriptive analysis and descriptive analysis, right? That is the function of a data analyst. Now, for a data engineer, they also build pipelines, right? Their primary function is to build very robust pipelines. Not in theirs is more than just building pipelines. So they are responsible for building an entire for must say an entire infrastructure, right? So if I were to build an app, or I were to build a software, I would need a data engineer to come help me build the data platform from scratch. So they will have to build and design the databases, which is transactional database, Postgres, MySQL, and the likes. They'll build out how data comes in from the primary source. So the primary source could be users signing in to the app and storing their information. The primary source could be users making a transaction on their bank app. So if you make a transaction on your bank app, that is obviously data that is going to be recorded. This data is recorded in a database, right? Everything that goes between that process, a data engineer builds it out, right? And at their level, they deal with very intricate transactions. They deal with transactions that happen very often, like you could say in real time. So when you're watching a show on Netflix, you're seeing recommendations. All those are real time data that's being transmitted, right? A data engineer is responsible for building that. You're making a bank transfer. Data is being transmitted immediately on the spot. Like you're not waiting for the next 10, 15 minutes to see your bank balance being updated. That is the function of a data engineer. Now, an analytics engineer, why is our role so different, or why is it even much more different from data engineer? So, Mrs. Ewindosa, analysis engineers are somehow closer to data engineers, right? So please hope you're not mistaken on that. We are more closer to data engineers than data analysts. So we are responsible for building pipelines, right? But our pipelines are primarily for analytical reasons, right? Analytical purposes. We are not building, an analytics engineer is not building pipeline for storing your bank transaction data. They are not building pipelines for storing your anytime you sign up to an app. No, it's not. We don't build those out, right? Those are primarily for data engineers. Now, what are we to do? We build analytical pipelines from data warehouses. So a data engineer is going to be working with Postgres, MySQL. Those are transactional databases. But an analysis engineer will be working with data warehouses like BigQuery, Snowflake. Those are analytical databases, right? They are built for a single purpose of analytical reporting. More than that, though, but that is the primary purpose that they are built for. They are optimized for that. That is why those data warehouses are referred to as OLAP systems, right? Online analytical processing systems. Why databases like Postgres and MySQL, they are referred to as OLTP systems, online transactional processes. We'll get to those differences in a bit, but I've gone through them in a previous class. I don't know if any of you were present in that. If you were, then you should have had an idea or heard me when I was differentiating between OLAP and OLTP. So it's very important to know that. Now, secondly, an analytical engineer, how is our role so valuable? Now, if you were to say you were to perform analysis for a company, a $1 billion company, and slightly your analysis was off. You just perform some predictive analysis and your analysis was off by a certain degree. I'm very sure you will cost that company billions of millions of dollars or billions if not, right? Just from your analysis, or you could earn them millions or billions of dollars just from your analysis. Now, but now under data engineering, they are doing is literally just storing and processing customer data. If their data is processed poorly, it may not cost the company at that decisional level where they are taking and where they are taking decisions based on analysis that is performed. It's just at the it's just within the data infrastructure. Everything just happens there and it can be fixed, right? It can be remediated. That's why we have all these data leaks here and there. But now analysis is what the top guys, the stakeholders, the C-suites, guys at the top, they are what they use in making decisions within their businesses. Those the analysis done by data analysts is what is being used by those higher level guys. Now, analysis engineers, we are responsible for building the pipelines that power these decisions, right? We are responsible for building the pipelines that power the analytics, right? Or rather the data that data analysts, BI developers, and other guys at the top make use of to make these decisions. So we are not analyzing data, rather we are building the system that they use to make these decisions. So our own role is much more tailored to ensuring decision makers have access to the right data, to proper data, clean data, and data that is relevant for them to make such decisions. So I'll show you a quick example. Let me share my screen now. I'll show you a quick example of what I'm talking of. Okay, so far, does any of you have any question to ask? Just okay, Mr. Fatai.
I wanted to say that the guy we're waiting for, are we not waiting for him anymore? Because I think you're going to.
Yeah, he's kind of occupied, so he's occupied, right? I don't see a reason to keep you guys waiting. I don't know when he will join. It's maybe 30 minutes. It's maybe 1 hour. That is why I'm recording the screen for him to. I'm recording the session for him to always access. Okay, so let me show you guys a basic example of a project that I've been working on. So, so if you look at my screen now, I see my screen. Are you both seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at my screen now, this is a BI tool, right? It's like Power BI and Tableau and the likes, right? This is a BI tool, Metabase. This is a browser-based BI tool. Now, this the users of this dashboard are going to be a data analyst, right? So a data analyst will come to this dashboard and see revenue, see various metrics, see trips, see zones, right? So he's going to make use of this data either within a BI tool or regular Excel, right? So he's going to access this data and then make use of this data to come to a conclusion, come to an insight, or come to an analysis that is going to affect the business, the company, or whatever entity he's trying to make analysis on, right? So who builds out this dashboard? The builders of these dashboards are mostly BI developers. Maybe in some cases data analysts do that, but I don't know. And I think data analysts also build dashboards, so they could be responsible for building dashboards and performing the analysis. Now, where does the data that is being fed into this dashboard comes from? That is the function of an analytics engineer, right? Every number you see here has been modeled by an analytics engineer to give these insights, right? Revenue has been modeled, a table has been modeled to display the proper amounts of revenue. A table has been modeled, behind the scenes by the analytics engineer to display this metric, right? Trips over time. So what do we do now? This is over here now. This we mostly program, right? Our function is primarily the center of our role is transforming data and modeling data. So we transform data from a source. The source could be the source is mostly a data warehouse, right? Like I said, data warehouse is optimized for analytical reporting. So anytime a company or an institution wants to report data, they are most likely pulling out data from their data warehouse. But the problem is it so someone's mic is not muted. Okay, the problem now is a data warehouse is mainly is like a site, is like a storage where they just go and dump large amounts of data. They carry data from this database, they carry data from this place, they carry data from the CRM, they carry data from an ERP system, or and if there are finance apps or whatever, and they carried everything and then dumped it into the data warehouse. Right? In some cases, they may even refer to it as big data, but that is when you're dealing with data lakes, right? So they carried all this in and dumped it inside there. All this data, it may not be polished, right? It may not be right for reporting. It may not be proper to just start analyzing. You may have a lot of bad data inside because you don't know what just entered. All you did is, you pack data from somewhere and dumped inside the data warehouse. Now you have to transform and model this data so that the end users can simply do what they need to do, like analyzing the data. So what are we responsible for doing? Now, this diagram here is referred to as a pipeline, as Mr. Fatai said. Our value is mostly between designing a pipeline that powers this guy at the end of the day. So if our pipeline models a wrong data, just know that the analysts, they are going to be analyzing data that is incorrect, right? The revenue could be mismatched with somewhere else, right? And just know that this pipeline that we are designing is where our value lies as an analytics engineer. So it's very paramount that we learn and understand how to design efficient and effective data pipelines. So that is the designing analytical data pipelines is the center of our work. I'm not saying it's the only role that we do, it's the only work that we do, but this is the center of whatever it is that we are going to be doing. Right. And obviously this is the code behind everything that was designed here. So we have from these ports here this is referred to as the very entry of your data. This is where all the data were dumped in. No transformation was done yet. Nothing has been cleaned at this level. It's just they just throw the data inside the data warehouse and expecting you to come and make use of this data. So at this point is where we actually deliver a useful data. Everything between, is your transformation and modeling. So far so good. Do you understand, like, especially Mrs. Your name is somehow long, but according to the time, Mrs.
You
Merrill.
can just continue. Yeah.
Mrs. Merrill. So far so good. Do you have an idea of what's the purpose of now? All I've said is, just a basic function. We see further function, but that pipeline transforming and modeling is the center of what we do, right? So if there's any question, any thing to clarify, also I would like to take it before we
Yeah, I have a question. I previously raised my hand, but I figured like you didn't see it because you were sharing your screen.
okay.
So I want to be sure, like, is there a difference between a database and a data warehouse?
Okay, so
That's one.
okay,
The number two is what's the data pipeline?
okay. So let me start from the first one. A database and a data warehouse. A database, right? A data warehouse is also referred to as a database, but for clarity is referred to as a data warehouse. For distinction is referred to as a data warehouse. So a database is known as Postgres is an example of a database. Now, Postgres is primarily what is referred to as, just know this distinction. Postgres is what is referred to as an OLTP database. So that simply means so that simply means online transaction now processing. So databases operate, right? We have examples like Postgres. There's this other common one. I don't know much about databases, so I don't follow them too much. Postgres, MySQL, SQLite, all those common ones that we know. They operate as mainly as an online transactional processing system, right? They operate mainly using this system, right? This is how they work behind the scenes, behind the hood. It's not you don't need to dig deeper into this. Now, data warehouses operate primarily using an OLAP system, which is online analytical processing system. Now, why are these two different? This is an entire topic on its own, right? I've gone through this in a previous class, but this is an entire topic on its own. But let me simply put it: why these are so different is this guy here operates in real time. This one here operates in real time. So this system operates in real time. As the transactions are happening, is being recorded, is being transmitted immediately, right? There's no delay between when something happened and when it's being processed. There's no delay between when you make a bank transaction and when the transaction is being processed and the data is stored. There's no delay between when you sign up for an app, when your account is being created and your account is being created and opened, right, and your data is being stored. There's no delay at this level. It happens real time, right? And why this happens real time is at this level, a million of these transactions could happen at the same time. At this point in time now, this very second, like 10,000 people could have made bank transfers. It has to happen immediately. For no, you don't want to, like I said, you don't want to make a bank transfer now and then see your account balance being reconciled like 10 or 30 minutes later. No, you want to see it immediately. OLTP online transactional processing systems are mainly databases, right? That is why they operate in real time. Now, OLAP, online analytical or online, right here, online analytical processing systems, they operate in a batch system, right? They don't operate in real time system, meaning you can have data, a large amount of data stored somewhere, like, and then at some point in time you just pull this data into a data warehouse. At the end of the day, you're not this at the end of the day, this dashboard, right, this dashboard that is being used by analysis system is not a real-time dashboard. Maybe they may just come in once a day to look at this, maybe early in the morning to look at this, and okay, this is what has happened yesterday, this is what has happened yesterday, this is what has happened yesterday. They are not going through this dashboard every second. They are real-time dashboards. That's when data engineers take the cake, right? They are real-time dashboards. But in this case now, this is a batch system, and that is where data warehouses come into place, right? It is not processing data every millisecond. It could process data maybe every 30 minutes, every depending on how frequent the developers have scheduled it, right? Maybe every 30 minutes, maybe every 6 hours or every 12 hours or once a day or once a week, right? That is the purpose of online analytical processing system. A data warehouse acts on that basis, right? Is where large amounts of data are stored frequently or occasionally, and those batches of data are processed so that the end users can make use of it occasionally as often as they need to. So the main difference now is really just the main difference between databases and data warehouses is how they process data. So if you can look up these two examples, OLTP and OLAP, right? That is the primary difference of how these two systems process data. So have I been able to answer your question, Mrs. Marilyn?
Yes, though I have to listen again. Oh, yeah.
Okay, no problem. Anything you need to be clarified with, just let me know. Okay, let me see what's going on. Okay, so from here, okay, so as I was saying, this is our regular pipeline. I think I've gone through this. I've gone through this place. So what is okay, Mr. Fatai?
Yeah. Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation.
Okay,
The question I want to ask is you said the data house, like they are put somewhere, they are kept somewhere, like the data warehouse.
mm,
So like my question is how does the data get there since it's not like a database, because we are trying to like differentiate between database and data warehouse now. So like that's what I'm getting confused with now.
okay, that is a perfect question, and that is the ultimate purpose of data warehouses. Now, say for example, I'll show you a very practical example. Now, you have a website. This website stores data into a database, right? This database is a transactional an OLTP database. This is an OLTP database, right? This is your website. It stores data into that database. Why is it so big? This is a website. Now why is it so big? Oh my god. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Can you call my mom? Let them come outside. I'm kind of busy. Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes, can hear you now.
Okay, I had a call come, so sorry for that. Okay, so
Can
well,
you finish answering the question?
no,
Or
I'm not done answering the question. Let me continue.
all right.
Okay, so in this case now, you have a website. This is your first website. Let's say you have this website. You have website one, right? And then you have another website. You have another website two. This website also stores data into another OLTP database. It may be the same database, it may be a different database, right? You now have you may have multiple websites, you could have multiple websites, or you could have multiple platforms that are processing data. Now, this this OLTP database is always your first point of collection. This is where your data is being generated from. So if I let me show you a practical another example. This is a Shopify store, right? This is a Shopify store I'm currently working on. Not that I'm working, this is a development Shopify store. So in real sense, in real real case scenario, an owner could have multiple Shopify stores. This is just one. This is one account, and this is one analytical system tied to these accounts. Now, but this owner has like 5 stores, and each of those stores processes their own data separately. You can this Shopify now is the where the data is being generated from. It's being generated within Shopify and stored here in Shopify. Now you can pull out this data from Shopify on batch basis. Like I said, you can pull it out every day or every 2 days from all your Shopify, from store one, store two, store three, store four, store five. Because each of those stores don't have access to each other's data. They don't. And Shopify is just one example. So you now pull all this data into a data warehouse. Now, that data that you pulled into a data warehouse is known as your source. It could come from various places, right? It could come from an API. In this example, we use a Shopify store. So a Shopify store is going to be you're going to access it through an API to pull in data into your data warehouse. Now, this is a very good example of what I'm working on here. So if you look at this project, you see over here, I have this folder called Shopify ingestion. This folder, the purpose of this code here is simply to pull out data from Shopify. The source of that data is Shopify, right? It's going in from Shopify into your data warehouse. Your source could also be a database, which is an OLTP database, because OLTP databases like Postgres, they are not made to handle large amounts of data. Rather, they were made mainly for fast processing, right? So data in an OLTP database can be moved from that database into a data warehouse on batch basis, on occasional basis. So the source is not your data warehouse, rather the source are external systems. It could be external databases, it could be ERP system, it could be a store on Shopify, it could be your database from WordPress. It literally could be from anywhere. It could be IoT applications that are sending sensor data into a data warehouse, right? Your sources are external. That is why I said From your source to your data warehouse, there's no processing in this data. It's just carried, migrated, and dumped into the data warehouse. So that is the source of your data, right? Mrs. Marilyn, I think you asked two questions the other time. Did I answer the second one?
Yes, I did. I asked what the data pipeline was.
Okay, you asked what a data pipeline. I'll come to that. So, Mr. Fatai, I hope you're able to understand that. Okay, even also Mrs. Marilyn, I hope you're able to understand what I just explained now. Then
Yes, I did.
okay, so what is a data pipeline? So now this is an example. Here this is a visual example, not this is not a data pipeline. This is a visual example of a pipeline that has been created. So a data pipeline is simply your stages of transforming data. So at this level, hello, yes. Oh God, I'm coming.
I can't seem to hear you at all.
I'm sorry, someone keeps on calling me, and whenever I receive a call, the network goes out. Sorry, someone keeps on calling me, and whenever I receive a call, the network goes out. Could you just bear with me for like 5 minutes? Let me attend to someone quickly. So sorry for the delay.
I can't hear anything. Is it me?
Okay, sorry, I'm back. So apologies for the brief break. Okay, so are you guys still with me?
Yes.
Okay, so now I want to explain what a data pipeline is. So this is an example of a data pipeline. A data pipeline is simply just a series of transformation. So we have transformation. This is the very like I said, this is the source of our data. This is where this is where the data was pulled in from various sources and kept there, right? We don't perform any model here. You will just see is referred to as source. Now your transformation starts from your upper stages, right? Inside here is a transformation that you've applied to this raw data. This now is also a transformation that you've applied to this previous step. This is a transformation applied to this previous step, and this is a transformation applied to this previous step. Now, all these sequences of data, this is literally your data pipeline. As simple as it sounds on paper, is actually this is the most important and technical part, right? If you mess up your data pipeline, you've messed up everything. So This sequence of transformation, and data transformation and data modeling is your data pipeline. So if I were to put it in, maybe Mrs. Marilyn says she wants to do GIS and the likes, even within environmental analysis, all these can be carried out, right? There are always companies building out pipelines for their systems, for their products, for their analysis, right? At the very least, companies that are progressing. I don't know about many Nigerian companies. Most of them are still using Excel, but you know, tech companies, advanced companies, there's always a pipeline that processes data from one end to the final end, right? On our own, as an analytics engineer, we are mostly dealing with processing processing data and building pipelines from the source to the analysis, right? To the analytical users. So this is an example of what a pipeline is. So Mrs. Marilyn, have I been able to answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
So, wow, any other question? Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, um, just give a brief introduction of the tools that what we do, the basic tools that we use as an analytics engineer. And the primary tool that we use is DBT, right? DBT and SQL is the core of your work. Right. So, I don't know, Mrs. Marilyn, you said, I don't know if you had a different idea of what analytics engineering was before joining the class, so that I know we are still on track. Maybe you didn't think it was very similar to data analysis. This is more of engineering than analysis. So let me hear from you. Is she still here? Mrs. Marilyn, maybe she has gone somewhere. Please, I want to know when she's back or when she's Okay, so our call is going to end in 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, if the call ends, create another link for us to join.
I want to suggest something, right? Instead of creating links several times,
Uh,
this is what what's it called does. The government team they will like want you to keep creating link often and often. So there are some previous link you might have created in the past. So they often extend those previous link when next you go back to this link, you really can use it for a very long time.
okay, so we can just use the same link.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But it might not work now, but like the previous link you've created in the past,
Okay,
you can still use that.
okay, we could try, but then again, creating a new link doesn't even take just like copy and paste. So we could try it out. If it doesn't work, then I'll just create a new link. It doesn't take anything. Okay, so I would like us to. Is Mrs. I want to know if Mrs. Marilyn is here. Mrs. Marilyn, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm.
Okay, I was asking if like what we've gone through so far was different from what you expected. Because you were saying you didn't have an idea, but you thought it was similar to data analysis. So I want to know what your take on it is.
Sorry, I don't understand your question. Take it again.
Okay, before now, when I asked you if you have an idea of what analytics engineering is, you said you're not completely sure, but you feel like is similar to data analysis. So I want to ask, what I'm asking is if if there's any difference between what you were expecting and so far what we've gone through so far, so that I'll know you'll be able to follow up easily. Since it's slightly different from data analysis.
Okay, yeah. It's
I didn't get you. Are you still going to talk? Let me know. So that I'll just continue or wait for the call to end. Call will soon end. Okay, maybe I'll just continue for now. So one of the major tools that we make use of is DBT. DBT and SQL, right? Those are our primary tools. So DBT is a data transformation tool, right? It's built around SQL. So we make use of DBT, we make use of SQL. Those are the primary tools that you have to learn and master, and also learning a data warehouse. So the data warehouse like BigQuery or Snowflake or an AWS data warehouse or even an Azure data warehouse, right? So those are the primary tools we work with. You can start you can start learning everything you need to learn just with DBT and a data warehouse, right? Those are the most basic, the most accessible tools that you can start using today. And hopefully we should go through installing these tools by the end of today. So let me let me end the call now so that I'll attempt using the previous link. If it works, then I'll invite you guys in. If it doesn't, I'll just create a new link. Okay, so I'm ending the call now. So one of our major tools that we use is DBT, SQL, and a data warehouse. Now, the skills also that you learn as an analytics engineer is literally transferable to other disciplines, right? It's transferable to data engineering because these are fundamentals that are shared between all these data roles. It's transferable to data engineering if later in future you want to, go into data engineering. It's transferable to BI development, BI, all those guys, the people that develop all those dashboards. But dashboard design is a different skill that we don't touch, right? Maybe in some cases data analysis, but not really, right? So it's mostly transferable to data engineering. And I don't know if you in a group, I just saw a job description. They mentioned senior data analyst, but literally everything under there is a data engineering role, data engineering and analytics engineering role, because it deals with data warehouses and data modeling. So the primary skills that we learn under this course as a whole is largely SQL, DBT and SQL, right? And then including one data warehouse. So for a start, we are going to be using DocDB, right? So DocDB is a light data warehouse. Unlike BigQuery and Snowflake, we don't have to. If you are using DocDB, we don't have to create accounts or sign up or put in our card details and the like. So it's very easy to set up DocDB on our system. Then in later on, we can migrate into learning a data warehouse like BigQuery, since that is the only warehouse that they are so generous. This is Google's BigQuery. And so these are the primary tools that we'll be learning as an analytics engineer. You can build your foundations on these tools alone. And from using these tools, you can really expand into other tools under AWS or Azure or the likes. Right. So the primary skills I'll be learning is data modeling, which is one of the most important things that we do as an analytics engineer. Data transformation. All these are very core skills, right? Very core skills within this role. Then later on we can move into data warehousing, understanding data warehousing concepts, right? Data warehouse concepts, and a number of them in between. So we'll also be learning SQL, some advanced SQL and querying that is used in DBT, right? So DBT alone is a very complex tool to even learn and master. So that is going to take a lot of our time. So these are the three major things I'll be learning as in this program. So the first is DBT. We want to install DBT and then we'll also install DocDB, these two. So this two is what we'll be installing on our systems. I, how is your systems like? You guys are on your system so that we can run through the installation, or you're using your phone?
I'm using my phone presently.
Okay. You can't access your system. let me know because we'll still have to walk through the installation.
Okay, I can.
Okay, so that we can walk through
All
the.
right, let me get it.
Okay, Mr. Fatai, how about you?
I'm on my laptop.
Okay, so we would make sure we install this tool firstly. These are the most important tools I'll be using. So, Mrs. Marilyn, when you're ready, just let me know. Mm, Okay, so while you're doing that, Mr. Fatai, so far so good. How do you see the role, right, as an analytics engineer? Do you see it as something that you could probably pursue, like actually full time, or have interest in?
Well, I've always been someone that I had it in mind already that the end goal of this data what I've been on is data engineering, right?
Yeah.
I've always had that in mind for like um for a very long time. So I've always like, okay, let me just start with data analytics, right?
Okay.
Well, currently I'm doing data analytics, right? And so that's what I'm doing currently. And I since I saw data analytic engineer, I was like, okay, I guess this is going to take me a bit closer to data engineering if I did not directly go into data engineering yet. So I think it's a good way to start with. So it's a good one to start with. Yeah, I think I'm cool with that, and I believe I can practice very well. Right, I I I'll definitely get there. Yes. So I think I really like it. Yeah.
Okay, that is nice. Although personally, while I'm not going into data engineering. I rather move into other roles like becoming a data architect and the likes. I think analytics engineering in itself has so much value that you could almost, even if you're not deliberately pushing to data engineering, you might get you know you might get swallowed up by analytics engineering alone on its own. That is not to say like analytics engineering is below data engineering, but it has its own value, right? It has its own value across, especially nowadays. Now, why? Let me tell you one reason why um, analysis engineering is very important. Now, for a start, is really just analysis engineering is just a title. You can literally see a role referred to as data engineering, and all you will see is build analytical pipelines, right? Analytical engineering is merely just a title. You can see a role referred to as I'm on a group now, and they shared a I don't know if I'm able to share it with you guys. Let me show it on the screen. So they shared a role saying senior data analyst, but that role is just cap. So I'll try and see if I can find it and share it here. And I'll just show you exactly what I'm talking of. History. Where is it? Start from. Okay, Mrs. Marilyn.
Okay, I was just thinking since we're talking about rules and what difference lies between all the rules across the data space.
Mm,
Um, so I was thinking, this data engineering, data analysis, and particularly analytics engineering, like let's say how old, let me use that word, how old or how long has it been existing as a role in itself? Because I feel like I recently, or maybe it's because I'm in data analysis space that I see more on data analysis and all that. So I'm, like I said before, I'm pretty new to this data engineering. So is it that it just sort of popped out or found a way to come out from the whole data analytics space, or it has always been there or something like that?
okay. So if you can see my screen, let's just say the origin was from early 2010s, right? It's really just analytics engineering is really
So the
just
twenty was
early 2010s. That's 2010. Data engineering as a role has been existing beyond then. Analytics engineering came as a result of data warehouses, right? That is the main reason. This was the very reason for the explosion of analytics engineering. Is the reason why it still feels relatively new, right, to a lot of people's mind. And like I said, it's not really about the title itself. Don't always restrict yourself to the title. The skills that you're learning is literally transferable to anywhere and everywhere. It's transferable to even now. See this role. It says here senior data analyst, but they're expecting you to design, develop, and maintain data
Sorry,
models.
are you seeing your screen?
Huh?
Are
Okay,
you
you can
sharing your
see my
screen?
screen.
that's
Are you serious?
no, no, can't see your screen.
Okay, sorry. Let me share. I had no idea. Okay, so now you can see my screen. Now, this modern cloud data warehouse as a recognizable category but began in the early 2010s, right? Data warehouses are the reason for the rise of analytics engineering, right? Because they are referred to as an online analytical processing system. They are the rise of it. The reason for data warehouses were to process large, just as big data is relatively new, right? The purpose was to process large amounts of data, with relatively low costs. Back then, storage and processing were very expensive. With the rise of data warehouses, regular businesses can afford these data warehouses like Google BigQuery or Amazon Redshift or even Snowflake, which is a very popular one nowadays, right? Although in Europe and US and the likes, I don't know about Nigeria. Maybe we are still using Oracle. So because of data warehouses, also gave birth to the rise of analytics engineering. And because this is still relatively new from 2010, is the reason why it feels like analytics engineering as a role hasn't really exploded. Maybe unlike artificial intelligence that really took the world by storm. So these guys are still under the hood. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean that they are not growing. No, they are growing. They not only are they growing, another reason why I opted in for this type of role is that you can clearly distinguish yourself. As a data analyst, I really can't see the difference between every data analyst I come across. You know, all what I'm seeing everybody learn is Power BI, Excel, SQL, Power BI, Excel, SQL, and everybody is still looking for work one way or the Not everybody though, but those that are not connected in the system, right? Still looking for work one way or the other, one way or the other. Now, data engineering is very vast. You can say you're a data engineer, but what will they call you to do now? They can call you to build an entire system from scratch, or they can call you to build an analytical pipeline, or they can call you to build one or two different things. But for now, analytical engineering has a very precise deliverable and value. I build analytical pipelines so that business users, data analysts can make use of. As simple as it sounds, these pipelines are literally what companies that are processing billions of dollars, millions of dollars are making use of, right? As a single person, as you don't run a company, so you have no idea how valuable these pipelines will be to these million-dollar companies and how much they are willing to offer those that have a clear value to deliver. As a data analyst, you're competing with, if not millions of people worldwide. As a data engineer, to break into data engineering, the learning curve, the technical barrier is very steep, right? So I kept that aside. As an analytics engineer, it's not like the learning curve is not steep, but you can't compare it to that of a data engineer by far. Right? You honestly can't. And the reason why it is that data warehouses and tools like DBT have abstracted a lot of technical things that you have to learn as a data engineer so that you're only focused on delivering business value. The business value I'm talking of in this case is this your pipeline, this pipeline that they are going to consume at the end. This is your business value. This is where this is what is making millions of dollars for companies, right? This is where people are making decisions for these companies. Now, let me give you a good example. This very model here is the end of your pipeline. This model here could be what is powering this dashboard here. This is a Shopify dashboard. That model, this model alone, this model at the end here could be what, not only this model, in real life is more complicated, it's more complex than this, but just have an idea. These models that you build here from end to end could be what is powering this entire dashboard that is being used by a Shopify store owner. Now imagine this Shopify store owner is processing hundreds of thousands of dollars monthly or annually. How much would they be willing to offer an analysis engineer that is going to create a suitable pipeline to deliver such value for them? There are Shopify brands that run stores across multiple countries. An analytics engineer goes in and deliver an entire pipeline from source to dashboard, maybe include dashboard for them. How much do you think they'll be willing to offer them for this value that they're providing? Now, the brand can literally just open a single portal or a single dashboard and have an idea of what is going on across multiple stores, across multiple countries, just from one source, unlike having to open seven stores at the same time or having to figure out what is going on from between here and there. Shopify store is one example. Inside a dashboard, an analysis engineer can literally build out sources from um, data from various sources. It could be from their store, it could also be from their marketing platform like Google Ads or Meta Ads or TikTok Ads, everything being drawn into that platform. It could also be from their finance platform, from QuickBooks or what have they in finance. It could be from other various sources, right? They are putting it into this single comprehensive view that stakeholders can digest and make decisions of. So please don't always if you try to see it from if you see it from a very ego eyes perspective, you will realize that the role of these engineers they are delivering very significant value to companies and business owners. Now, would a Shopify store owner want to hire a data engineer? Very unlikely, because a data engineer would not have an idea of what is going on at an analytical level. He probably has no idea what gross sales is. As an analysis engineer, you have to have an idea of what gross sales is so that you can tailor your models that you're building to answer the question of to answer the metrics of gross sales. That is another upper hand that we have as an analysis engineer. We combine business objective with engineering together to deliver value, right? So we are engineering the back, but we are delivering analytical value at the front. All these are weird, strange terms to data engineers. But as an analysis engineer, you also have to know the business side of understand the business. That is one another part of our the value that we offer. Understand the business side of things. Just like data analysts, the metrics and the likes. We are not analyzing those data. We are just delivering it for them to understand. So, in your case, Mrs. Marilyn, you said you want to work in a GIS, in the GIS industry or environmental industry. Now you'll be learning matrices or terms related to that industry, and then knowing how to engineer the back end to deliver those matrices in a pipeline, right? To deliver those clear matrices. You're exponentially more valuable than a data engineer or an analytics engineer who just knows how to build pipelines without knowing how to deliver the business side of things. You're way more valuable than me, who knows analytics engineering, but I'm focused on e-commerce. I'm more valuable in the e-commerce space. You are more valuable in the GIS space. Mr. Fatai, you'll be more valuable in the space that you want to apply this knowledge to, right? So there's vast value that goes within this role itself, just from the fact that the skills that you're learning is transferable, right? From that alone, there's vast value in it. You can literally just do data transformation for companies, even if you don't know much about the company. They can walk you through their whatever their system is, right? So that is just a brief, just to clarify how valuable this role is. So do you still have any clarification regarding that? Mrs. Marilyn, let me know I've not spoken too much.
It's good. It's okay.
Oh. Mr. Fatai.
All this job description is just pointing back to analytic engineering
But don't
qualification.
mind this one. This one is too excessive, right? This is a mix of different things from one person. You know. Now I don't know if it's maybe one whole team or maybe it's a team and there'll be like 7 people working with this. But if this is from one person, ah, I have no idea where you'll find this human being from. So design and develop, maintain scalable models and pipeline using SQL and BigQuery. If you learn analytics engineering, you literally know this. Like you can literally just tick this off. Nothing you don't need to explain too much. You can literally tick this very first part off, right? Manage data warehousing, best practices within Google Cloud Platform environment to ensure this role here. You can learn it as an analytics engineer to be more valuable, but managing Google Cloud Platform itself is a data engineer or a cloud developer's role, not necessarily. So I don't know why they are mixing such roles under a data analyst. Which are the issues we have with Nigerian companies? Extract, clean, and transform large data sets from multiple sources. Literally what I just said. We are multiple sources. Data has been extracted from multiple sources into your Google BigQuery. You're extracting them into your data warehouse. You're cleaning and transforming those data sets, right? Whether they are large or not, you're still going to perform clean and transformation on them within Google Cloud Platform, which is BigQuery. Google Cloud Platform ecosystem. Perform advanced data analysis using Python. This is definitely a data analyst role, right? But if you're working for this company, they expect you to perform that as a senior data analyst and also perform this. Build automated data workflows for advanced data manipulation. This can also be performed by an analytics engineer and a data engineer, right? These are additional skills. Like I said, your transformation is literally the center of what you do. These other ones are additional skills that you literally advances your value within where you're working, right? Build automated pipelines pipelines to eliminate anything automation, like building automated pipelines are additional value. Execute end-to-end data science. This is literally data science. I don't know what it's doing here. Develop interactive dashboards. This is business intelligence role or data analyst role, not primarily for analysis engineer. So I pray that as we are learning all these things, we are not unfortunate to work for a company that expect us to do such things. What human beings to do. Utilize Python-based visualization libraries, not in our role. Collaborate with cross-functional teams to define this business definition. So very likely ensure data quality, yes, the core of our role during transformation and data cleaning. Mentor junior extra work, not in our role. Oh my god. Communicate findings. This is a data analyst work, right? This is the work of a data analyst. Oh my, job descriptions can be so funny sometimes. Oh my god. So these are a mix of roles, but like I said, they are roles that are clearly tailored to us. As a person, if you say you want to learn all these other skills, then that is fine. You know. So I can remove this. Does anyone have any question? Because what I'm trying to do early on is just
For me, no.
okay. What I'm trying to do early on is just to make you guys understand the value and reason why you're dedicating your time to learn this thing. Right? So it's not like you're just learning something and you're unaware of, okay, where am I going to use this? Or where am I going to apply this? Or who is going to call me to, you're literally wanted in every business setting. It will be best if you target business companies that have much more technical background or more in line with technology and advancement than for it to target basic basic what they call them, the brick and mortar companies. Yes, all those guys, all those FCMG companies and the likes. Those ones they like Excel. So you just know where the value of this skill that you're learning is being applied, and honestly you would see that this skill is way more in demand than you think it is or you expect it to be. Right. So down to our installation. Mrs. Marilyn, have you gotten your laptop set up?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So while we are using my okay, let me use one of you people's systems so that I'll direct you guys since you're the ones that have not yet installed it. I'll direct you guys as you're installing it. So who wants to share their screen?
My WhatsApp.
Did you hear me? Is there any of you like
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
yeah, would any of you
Um, I was trying to load up my WhatsApp on my PC so I can get the link to join this call now, so I can just follow from there. But it's taking time
let
to load in.
so okay. Okay, and it has to be through your WhatsApp.
So let me see if I can just type it on my Chrome.
Okay, let me wait for her.
Okay.
Please, I hope you guys are enjoying this session.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, have you set it? See it set it. Admit. Ah, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is there any feedback?
Which device are you using? You're using like two devices.
Well, I'm using my phone and my PC. Or let me just log out on my phone.
There's no one, just better. Okay. You said this is Nigeria. Let's leave this Nigeria, please. Oh. Let's find foreign companies. Foreign companies that'll pay you your what?
Exactly, exactly. That's why I said this is Nigeria. They are going to use stability to get JD for you.
Oh my god. Okay, so Mrs. Marilyn, if you're set, who would like to share screen so that I'll be ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm ready now.
let me stop sharing my screen. You can share yours.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mr. Fatai, if you can follow me also to consistor installing. So search for download. Just download DocDB. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Download what?
DocDB. DCB.
Doc what?
DB.
DB.
DB. Yeah, like database. Do you know? I don't know if it's just me or but I'm only seeing the customer anything you're doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me. Okay.
Maybe share the one too.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I'm seeing your screen, but I don't know if it's in one go. But I said, let me just. Okay, so you can continue. So I'm done with the introduction. So let's press on. Mr. Fatah, you can follow us. Or rather, I hope you're following.
I'm with you. I'm following.
Okay. So scroll down, scroll down. Okay. So installation, Windows. Just click on this first one. Yeah. Or is it Windows? Is it Mac? Or is it? So
No, no, it's Windows.
no Mac. Why not? Yeah, download the first one. So that is
Yeah, I've done that.
okay. So we'll go and download. The second thing we'll go and download is open your.
Your audio is not clear anymore.
It's very good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you better now.
So go to your browser again and search for download UV.
Download what?
UV. UV. Yeah. So the first one. Okay. Scroll down. So where you see.
Installation UV.
Yeah.
Installation UV.
Yes. So just let me know if there's any issue on this. So yeah, Windows. Just go to. So this link here, you want to copy it. Copy. And
Okay.
then click on your Windows key and search for PowerShell.
Okay, found it.
Although I can't see what you're doing, but either way, paste this paste the code
Please,
on
I
that.
can't see what she's doing so that I can be
That's the
following.
thing. Miss, when you're ready, please can you share your the whole screen instead of
Okay.
just Chrome tab.
Uh,
If you see share, you should see the entire screen towards the right.
okay. Can you see my screen now?
No, not at all. It's just try canceling the screen sharing and then try sharing again. Then click on the entire screen. Click on share the screen, then scroll down to an entire screen.
Okay.
So there might be some.
Oh, sure, right?
Yes. Or so paste that one. Listen to it. Mr. Fatah. What's it called?
Should I
Paste. Hmm?
should I click enter or should I just post it as is?
Just paste it, Control V, then enter. So it will install UV is our Python package manager. That is what we use in setting
Okay.
up your project. Then UV is our data warehouse in our PC.
Okay.
So these are the downloads. Go to your downloads to check your downloads. Sapata, are you with us?
Yeah. I'm following everything.
Okay. So that is it there. Extract it.
is it extract all?
And just extract all.
So what's the next step?
I think you downloaded the wrong file. Go back to
Okay.
the wrong file. Go back to the browser so that you can log in. Let me see what's the
This was the first time I clicked.
yeah, click on it. So once you click onto this, so this is it. Log this CLI Windows.
This.
Yes, that is most counted.
Okay.
So if you guys downloaded Command delete all those older ones. Because deleted just downloaded.
Okay, okay, let me take this out first. I was going to take a moment to look at the what do you call it, the time just now. This should be it. The one of 12:38. Okay. Okay, 12:39.
This we are going to move this points or what's your
Okay, I should cut there.
Inside here, inside here, create
Yeah. You said we should create two and then what?
Okay.
Doc D.
Doc. Okay, in tools, then DocDB, right?
Yeah, in tools, then create another folder for the DocDB. Then paste this DocDB application inside.
Yeah, done.
Okay. So the next thing you want to do is click on your Windows key. So search for env. Not for environment. So this edit the system environment variables. Click on it. Okay. So here we can see performance, user profiles.
Sorry, please. I don't get that.
Okay, click on Windows key, right? Windows key.
Okay.
Open up this tab. Then search for env.
env.
Okay. You see edit system environment variables.
Yep.
Yeah, then open it.
Yep.
So at the end here, at the edge of the tab, you can see environment variables.
What mine is displaying is quite different from what she's displaying.
What's the one saying?
So environment variable is not system property.
Right. Just as far as you say environment variables, that's what we're looking for. So click on that environment variables. Click on it. So this is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So inside, you can see two sections, the one up and the one down. New, edit, and delete. So click up on this up part. Click on edit.
Here.
Yeah, edit. Sorry, cancel this. Inside each section up, see variable and see value. So on on the variable you see paths, PATH. Yeah, click edit. Were you able to get that also, Mr. Fatai?
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So now what you want to do is go back to your file explorer where you pasted that document. Where you pasted the document. Yeah, so this one. Now up here on the file path, copy it. Click here, just click it, click inside it. No, not this PC, but just inside the space.
Okay. Here.
Yes, click on it. Yeah, so copy that address.
Okay.
Now go
And
back.
go.
Go back. Now click on new and then paste it here. So are you here also, Mr. Fatai?
Can you come back with that, please?
Okay, so please go back. Cancel this. Okay, let's cancel this. What is cancel?
I already did, so let me go back to.
So just go to this your folder, like pasted in your document. Then click on that part there, up. You now see C/2/log. Copy that. Just press Ctrl C.
Okay.
Then now go back to your environment variables. Click on it. Then paste it inside.
Sorry, I can't find the environment variable anymore.
Okay.
Like for my end.
From parts.
Yeah, I click on everything, so I just can't find it anymore.
Open it again.
Okay, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, so you click on parts here.
Yeah.
I'm saying here. You click on parts, and then click on edit.
Edit, okay.
Then inside there you must see edit environment variables. Now click it. You go and copy the address, the file explorer.
Okay, but my own edit is not, it's only editing that's completely.
It's only editing what?
Like if I click edit, once you edit that local beans function, like user.
Oh, you want to click new? I think it said click new.
Yeah, click new.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
Click new, then you cannot paste in that.
Okay, done.
And then click OK and continue.
Okay. Done.
Yeah, click OK. Okay.
Okay, done.
So now we want to check if what we installed is working properly. So click on your Windows key and open your PowerShell.
I've not closed the one I opened the other time.
You've not closed it. Anyone, whether I open a new one or you open Windows one.
Okay.
Are you using Windows 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, PowerShell on Windows 11 is way more
Is what?
PowerShell on Windows 11 is way more nicer than on Windows 10 because it's same thing.
Alright.
So inside here we want to search for DocDB. So write DocDB to confirm if it's installed. So click on enter. Okay, so that means the DocDB has been installed. Just for saying this, right? You can see DocDB version 1.4.
This one is saying the DocDB is not recognized as being CM.
Okay, you didn't set your environment variables properly. Maybe you want to now set it inside somewhere else.
Maybe I should open it again. PowerShell.
Do you want to share your own screen? That will quickly resolve this.
Yeah. Let me just do that now because even my laptop is getting way lower. Can I do that now?
Yeah. This is
Okay. So here we are. And PowerShell.
Yeah, check DocDB.
So can you see my screen?
Yeah, I'm seeing yours. It's there.
Oh, I guess it was because I used the other one.
Okay, that was the old. That was
It was because I've not used new one. Like I used from
Okay.
Okay, let me just stop some.
Okay, so let's go back to the So we've installed DocDB and we also installed UV, but we've not checked if we installed UV properly. So where you are now, press Ctrl C to cancel this. So Ctrl C will cancel that program. So now write UV space dash dash double dash then version
In full or just V?
the info. Like I writing on shorthand. Sometimes it's
No,
easy.
because you said when you were reading this one, you said DocDB version something. So I just want to ask.
No problem. Yeah, enter. Okay, so it's installed. UV is installed. DocDB installed, and this is usually what we use for most of our classes. Mr. Fatah, your application also show.
Yeah, I'm with you. Say the same thing.
Okay, so
It
that
is 0.10.9.
okay, that's good. We've gone through the very first thing, so let me see what do I want to do next. So the next thing I think I should explain is how we can set up a project in Unity. Now for that, one thing we have to get accustomed to is terminal because we use terminal elements. Alright, it's a good practice. So you learn to use terminal. So I use terminal because I'm obviously better using terminal. So there may be
And then thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have to go anytime soon because my battery is somewhat worn out.
Oh my god, no like
Yeah, we don't have light, so
wow. Oh wow. Oh Lord have mercy.
my source of power is also dead.
They said with us in Nigeria that we are competing with people who have stable light, stable internet, good roads. How do you want to compete?
Yeah. So, but then let's continue. Yeah.
And the call so with some in 5 minutes. So are you going to join the next one?
Perhaps I will join my phone. I just might not be able to like follow up the steps.
Okay,
That's just
that's no problem. At least you see what's happening. So what you want to do now is I'll walk you guys through how to set up. If you want to see a practical stuff, I'll walk you through how to set up. Please mute your mics. The recording is not off. Okay, go back to the PowerShell. I'll walk you guys through how to set up a DBT project, but I believe it's best we start a new session, right? So let me end this call so that we'll just start a new session and then we just go on with that. We set up a project and we'll call it a day. Okay, so right now we're about to come to the first important part of how to set up our DBT project. Let me see. Setting up your project also comes with understanding some code, command line, terminal code, right? Some code that we use in the terminal. So, but first off, open your file explorer. Open your file explorer. Do you have any folder that you would like to create a project in? Any folder, maybe in your documents or your desktop or somewhere. Do you have any particular folder that you would like to create?
Well, I don't know. Let's. Okay. Any one.
Don't fix it.
Okay.
Use terminal.
I'll use what?
You use your PowerShell and do that.
Okay.
So inside documents, go back to your PowerShell. So Mr. Ahmad, okay,
I'm still my laptop. I'm still my
using
laptop.
your laptop. Okay, so if you're going to use your terminal to create a new file, you need to know where exactly that direction is. So now this data is as she's inside her so just sit down or just show users. Maybe yours shows users contact or open, but it should be at the directory. So what is on your own?
It shows home PC, home PC.
Home and PC.
Yeah, home PC.
Well, yours is different. Let me show it.
Um, since it was, I think since we created it on the home PC itself, like the local disk, that's where we created it, the tools.
Okay, you know what else? Just follow the steps to make it easier. It works in step. Mrs. Mary, go back to your file explorer. Go back to your file explorer document. Then inside documents, you can create a new file. Just create a new file. Sometimes in Windows 11, because Windows 11 they want us to use what they call it cloud service. OneDrive. They want us to use OneDrive.
Okay.
Huh?
I said okay.
So give it a title. Space. See, the best thing when we are using terminal, try not to put space and just put underscore. Put underscore. And again, make it what is issue? One more thing, make it all small letter.
Okay.
Because when you're using small letter, when you're using small letter,
Okay.
so Mr. Fatai, it's you can go to the the problem with Windows 11 is that the document that is in inside OneDrive. So if you can find the document that is inside they want us to use that OneDrive. Everything by default is stored in OneDrive. So I need to follow Mr. Fatai.
Yeah, I'm about to create the .db.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can just do some instance.
Okay.
Okay, so go back. So inside open your DocDB project. Open it. The same thing, Mr. Fatai. Then inside here, right click, then as if I knew. It's not in Windows. It's not in Windows 10. It's in Windows 11, but not Windows 10. But don't worry. Mr. Fatai, in your own, if you right click, you will see open in terminal among this list. So click on open in terminal. For Mrs. Marilyn, we'll just go to your PowerShell and we'll open it.
Yeah, I saw it.
So click on that open in terminal. Then Mrs. Marilyn, go to your PowerShell. Go to your PowerShell. Your PowerShell, go to your PowerShell. Yeah, is your system hanging? Is your system lagging? Or is it the network?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Okay, I think it was my network. It was shaky.
No, just continue. So inside here, write CD, letter C and letter D, space. Then now write document. document is with S. It should be with S. So that's your this is your documents folder. So we are trying to enter into your documents folder. Then forward slash. Inside your documents folder, we want to enter into your docdb project. So write docdb your docdb underscore project. If you have put space in your name, your folder name, it will be very hard to do it over here. So now click enter. So now we are in our docdb directory. This should be the same thing that Mr. Fatah is saying on his own, just by clicking open on terminal. But normally, I prefer that we create the project folder, everything, just using terminal without using File Explorer. So inside here now, we want to launch a DBT project. So in the hold on 1 second. So check the chart, check the Meet chart, the chart on Google Meet. I posted something there. Just copy it. Copy what is pasted there. So we want to initialize a project and then paste it here and run it. So now we've initialized our Python project. The next thing we want to do is we want to install docdb into dbt and docdb extension Python packages into this project. So I've sent you, check the chat also for the next code to then later on, after we launch the project, later on we can start explaining all these little things. So this one is to install the dbt and then docdb. Do you know I didn't ask if you guys have VS Code installed on your system? Do you have VS Code?
No, I don't.
I don't have VS Code, but I have the other one. 20
You have which one?
um, Anaconda.
Oh no, we can't use Anaconda. We are not writing scripts. We are not writing. We are not doing this thing. So we have to download VS Code. VS Code is our development environment. It's our ID for programming. So that is very important. That's our primary tool for building our project. So go and download VS Code. Go to your browser and download VS Code. Don't worry, all these programs they don't take consume. They are not. The size is not large. Just search for VS Code. Download VS Code. Anyone. So download Visual Studio Code. Windows. Don't worry, it will start downloading soon. It's already downloading. Review files that Windows Defender send. Okay, so install it. Accept. I agree and accept. Next. 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 Okay. And don't launch. Remove that launch VS Code. So just finish. Okay. So finish. So now go back to your PowerShell. This one has installed. Scroll down. Let me see. Okay. So Mr. Fatai, are you on the same page with us?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So we just installed VS Code, and I want us to launch VS Code from our PowerShell. Mrs. Marilyn, you have to close this old PowerShell. So just close this one. Close all the old ones that you have so that you don't have plenty. And then open up a new PowerShell. PowerShell.
Can I open a new tab or I should just close it?
Yeah, open a new tab is way faster. Like, that's why I like Windows 11. They just made that PowerShell to be way more useful. So we want to do the same thing we did before. CD documents. Then slash .db project. Funny, it's not even .db project. It's supposed to be dbt project, right? Since it's dbt, but either way, it doesn't really matter. So enter. So write code, CODE, code space full stop, and click enter.
I can't actually get what you just said now.
So Mr. Fatah, what do you say is the issue?
I think when I tried to open the new this thing, so it's not like from the directive from that the way we moved the other time.
What you do is check that previous terminal that that last time you did open in terminal from your.
Yeah.
So the directory opened for you, right?
Yeah.
If you want to do the same thing, you can do the same thing. But if you want to figure out how to open that directory, just check the previous terminal that you opened. You should see the directory there. So C slash
Should I just copy that and paste it or what?
copy and paste won't open it. Just open new tab, open directory in new tab, open the directory terminal just to make it easier. Anytime you're sharing your screen, I can show you what to do. But
Okay, I should just like follow the way it was sitting in the last the other what's it called um the other tab. I have a new tab now.
it should be like exactly the same. So from CD, then the directory that you can't see in this new tab.
Okay, cool.
Forward
How
slash.
about the greater than sign symbol? Should I put it there?
How about what?
The greater than symbol. Should I put it, like
No,
there's a
don't
greater
put
than
it.
symbol.
Don't put it though.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, you can move on now.
Okay, so you've now put code space full stop and then press enter.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I was asking if you've put that code and full stop to open your VS Code from your terminal.
Okay. I should open code space
Code
dot abi.
space and then full stop. Then click enter. So what that does is, Mrs. Marilyn, go to your VS Code that just opened. So yes, I trust author. Just trust the author. So what that does is it opens VS Code in your project directory. So at the left panel, you can see your DocDB project and all the files
I think
inside.
I'm stuck. Very sorry. I think I'm stuck.
Okay. So I'll get you to share your screen. I'll get you to share your screen now. Um, I'm coming. Mrs. Marilyn, go back to your PowerShell. Okay, so just remain on this PowerShell. Let's use Mrs. Fatai's own. Who's sharing screen now? Is it two people that are sharing screen? Who's sharing screen? Is Mr. Fatai? Okay, you can continue now. Okay, let's Ms. Marilyn stop sharing so that Mr. Fatai so they can share two screens at the same time. That is new. Okay, so where are we? So I said your own is users home PC. CD slash documents slash docdb project. So go to your file explorer. Let's see what did you do here? Users home PC documents. See what you did now. See your docdb. DOCK. Just do the same thing and change it. You did made a typo, but just use the same name. CD documents slash .dock. Your one is docdb. So forward slash.
I think if the D is capital letter, doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It will solve itself.
Doc. Okay.
Yeah, continue. So now I can try to put in
Good.
code space full stop.
Enter.
Yeah.
Sorry, your doc TP DB project, or is
And
it just still it's still showing as DOC?
it's the typo that he did, so no need. Let's just continue with that.
Okay.
Unless he goes and change it.
It's not saying anything.
It's supposed to open. Just hold on a little bit. Let's see.
I can't hear you.
I said it's supposed to open, but hold on. Let's see. It has not responded,
Yeah.
and it's also not supposed to take this long.
Should I create should I create a new one?
You know, no, don't create. Don't create. Just press Ctrl C to cancel the process. Why? Why? Yes. Why? Just put why. Enter. So run that code full stop again. If it doesn't work, then you can create a new one.
Create space and full stop.
Mm.
Should I space again or just enter?
Enter. Like this, people are already learning terminal.
That's also good. Okay.
It's opening.
Why is it taking long to open?
I hope
What
it's
happened?
not responding. Is your storage full or something? It's not supposed to.
No.
You can reopen or
No.
close the program. Close it. Just close it. Then try and open it again.
Should I press it code or something again?
It's not supposed to like. Or does your system hang like this?
No. I'm using 512 SSD, so it's not supposed to have. I have a lot of space.
Okay. Let's just wait and see. Okay.
Why do you take that long?
Yeah. Well, hopefully from the next time it will not take long. So right now you're in your project directory. So far so good. You've not trust authors. Yes.
I should check it.
Then you can check it and trust authors. So Together with Mrs. Marilyn, what we want to do now is we want to set up our DBT project. So go back to your terminal. Go back to your
Let Miss Marilyn continue because
okay.
I go off anytime soon.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, Miss Marilyn, you can continue for me.
Okay, so
Can you see my screen?
yes,
Okay.
so the code in chat, copy it. So copy down and then paste it in your terminal. So this will create our DBT project.
Where am I pasting it? Sorry.
In your terminal.
Did I miss something? Sorry.
In your PowerShell. Terminal
Okay.
PowerShell, the same thing.
Okay. Okay. This is how it's supposed to be. Oh, okay.
So now we can see how people then each database will be like to use one. So enter one. Enter one.
Just one like this, I'll be an enter.
Yes. So your project is ready.
I don't know why mine is taking long.
It will take long.
It's not the same yet.
Don't worry, it will take a while to see. So once it's done, just press type 1 to select log.
Sorry, after that, what you said, I didn't get that. Sorry.
No, it was Mr. Fatah I was talking about.
Okay.
Now when it's done, just press it, clicking one like you did, then enter.
Done.
Yes?
Done.
Okay, so we can go to our VS Code and check out our project. So just go back to our VS Code. So you can see transform folder there. That's folder is your so all these are our project folders inside. So by next class is when I'll so for now what we want to do is we just want to check if your project has been configured properly. So go back to your PowerShell. No problem. You're already done, so you're done with 90% or 95%. So inside here, just use transform.
No space.
Space. Transform. So we're entering into our which is transform. Enter. Inside here, right?
I'm closing my mouth.
So this confirms that our project like the second one. The only thing that is missing in your project is it. So that is missing. can always install that. It's not affect install it. So
Okay.
let's quickly install. So go to your browser. Don't worry, all this installation is just to step one. Search for
Yes. Okay.
It's sorry, I'm doing no songs. I'm saying happy. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling happy. I'm saying happy. Because you see, I accommodate. We got to,
next, next.
Okay. All right. Let me check. Is that code you sent, right?
So you have to enter into your directory. Let's into your folder. So that is documents, transform. Here's it, see the best as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So see to enter documents, project, transform. Slash. So that slash. So now I can copy the code and run it. Okay, so first part of our class is done and dusted. So
Okay.
I hope this is not
Well, honestly, let's say the fact that I'm not so used to. Well, I mean, a little bit of code, but not so used to it yet. So I feel like there's still like a long way to go.
that is why I had to ask.
Yeah.
So like this like about so like say you use this as additional skills, right?
Well, of course, that's why I'm here. I must learn it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so at least on your own end now you could pair data analysis and this together.
Yeah.
For someone like me, I'm gearing I'm much more on the coding side, on the programming side. So I'm very more technical skills this together.
I didn't get that.
For me, I'm much more on the technical side, so I prefer coding. Like so, I'm pairing it with other technical skills,
Okay.
and I'll be using it to commerce. So why coding with GIS? So along the road, sef, I'll even look for where I can get any GIS related data points. Or if you have an idea, it even makes things easier.
Okay.
You can work with that. I'll give you as projects to do so that I even know GIS.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so we've come to an end. We'll call it a day here. We've come to
All right.
the end of the class. If you like to study more on DBT, because that is our primary tool here. So just search for DBT.
Okay.
Go to their website. Their website is a very helpful. Has a lot of helpful resources. You need to just read and get more
Okay.
details in.
Okay.
So see you in a bit.
All right. So, subsequent classes, are we going to join like every other person, or we still have?
I'm also planning on holding another one tomorrow that you guys will join. But if you want to join tonight by 7, feel free.
Or is it continuation from where you stopped with us today?
It's not a continuation, it's far ahead.
Okay, but wait, are you going to organize another one for just us before
Yes,
we now finally try the?
yes, definitely tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm having another one to you guys tomorrow. So I'm just hoping you guys will be able to make it also. So I'll schedule the time to around afternoon period before tomorrow's evening class also.
Okay. All right.
Will you be able to
Hopefully.
make it?
But what time are you looking at tomorrow?
Let me see. Anything before the classes start by 7, the main one starts by 7. So anything before 5. Even if it's 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. But I have like something to do, sha, but let's see.
The way I'm hearing, you're already going to be occupied. So what time is available for you?
Okay, let's say let's see from around. Let's see how 3 will be.
3.
Yeah, from you said 2 hours now. That's before you said before 5, so you can
Yeah.
have like a break for 7. So let's see like 3 or 3, 4 or something.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Thank you so much.
So hope you guys enjoy the rest of the classes.